Welcome back. After 20 plus years of neglect, it's time to try and bring this paint back around. Watch as I hand polish the truck and get this thing shining again. Enjoy. All right, now that I've got the truck somewhat running and driving safely enough to where I think it'll be time for the next steps, I have started to hand polish out the paint. So far I've done just this driver's side fender, and you can tell quite a improvement from the rest of the vehicle. But yeah, so far I have just been using some Meguiar's number 2, these little foam pads, and then buffing it off with the microfiber. So I was thinking I was gonna do it machine polished it out, but I'm really worried about burning through the paint. It's really thin in some spots, and the rust is starting to come through, just surface rust. But I don't want to burn this original paint off of this truck. I'd like to keep it as original as possible. I want to keep all the patina and just have it buffed to where everyone that sees it's like, damn, that is an original paint truck. So I've got quite a bit more left to do on this truck, everything except for this fender. But yeah, I got time and money. That's all it takes on this thing. All right, it is the next morning. I've gotten a little bit more progress done. I went ahead and polished out the hood and the cowl, as well as the passenger front fender. But this side, this fender is looking identical to the other side pretty much. And now I've made my way to the door. I went ahead and decided to clay bar the whole door first and clay bar the windows, just because it was having lots of sediment and junk stuck in the paint. But so far I've done from this body line up on the door, and you can tell, yeah, there is a substantial difference. I mean, it's not going to be perfect. It's going to be a patina truck after all. This is original paint, but the fact that it's coming back this nicely is really surprising. So I've gotten that top half done. Still need to go ahead and polish out the bottom half, and I do have that molding I eventually need to stick back on it after I get it all cleaned up. But yeah, that's what we're working with right now. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm gonna go ahead and decontaminate the paint as much as possible with a quick clay bar treatment. I just got the cheapest Meguiar's from O'Reilly's. But we're gonna decontaminate the paint, try and get all this awful sediment and stuff out of it before we go back over and polish it with Meguiar's paint cleaner number 2. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this all lubed up and see if we can bring this paint back to life on the tailgate. After just a few swipes, that is pretty substantial. I'm gonna go ahead and continue doing this to the rest of the tailgate now. right, we've got the bedside completely polished, and we just wrapped up the tailgate. Look at that beautiful patina, all cleaned up and polished out. And you gotta remember the paint is, it's not the nicest on this truck. 1982 Flint, Michigan. Not a good time to have a GM painted truck. But I think it looks pretty darn decent. It's never gonna be a show quality shine, mirror finish, you know. But we got reflection. So that is all I can ask for. Time to start. I need to decontaminate this bedside, the door, and then I need to polish out the bedside, passenger door, and then the roof, and then that is it. I haven't really been recording any of this. I've just been working on it, listening to music, not worrying about filming, but I got the passenger side, bedside all done. And now the last thing I need to do is decontaminate and clay bar this door as well as the roof and polish out this door and the roof. But this door, as you can tell, has some major oxidation. That whole line right there, you can see it real well. But I'm not sure if that's going to come out, but we'll try our best and hopefully get this thing looking nice. Yep, we are getting close, getting super duper close. All right, it took me a couple days, off and on doing this, but I believe I've got this thing polished out to a nice enough shine to do for me. Still not perfect, but this truck never was meant to be perfect. But I think it turned out pretty excellent. Look at that shiny patina. Got this whole bedside done. That passenger door came out beautifully. It got that really bad oxidation spot out. Can't even tell it was there. And then this fender, hood. Oh yeah. So now we're gonna go ahead and back this thing outside and see what it looks like not under the harsh lighting in the shop. So we'll see what it looks like out in the sun. And I still do need to put that molding on, but I do not have the adhesive for it at the moment, so it's just gonna have to wait. But yeah, let's get this thing outside. Out in the sun, you can really tell just how much life was brought back into the paint. It was never this vibrant before. It used to be able to tell every little bit of oxidation on it. You could see where it had been sitting outside of the carport, that rear quarter. You could see all that, but now can't really tell. And of course it's not perfect. It never will be. But I think that turned out phenomenal for an original paint truck. Just a little bit of elbow grease, but I think it looks great. Anyway, starting to get down into the nitty-gritty of things that are getting done on this. I still am trying to figure out the AC system. I think we'll be able to recharge it with some R12 that I found. And then eventually I really need to lower this thing. It's awesome stock, but I can't leave anything stock. All that and more to come. Thank you for subscribing and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.